Hello and welcome to our channel. My name is Kate and we are in the process of starting a small farm over here in Michigan. We created this channel to learn and grow with you guys. Like I said, we have zero experience, so this channel is to hopefully help other people that are curious about learning but just aren't sure where to begin. We are doing that for you, and we would love for you to join our journey. Make sure to hit subscribe so that you can see our videos when we post them. I've been trying to post once a week, so we would love to have you on our journey. Can you guys believe that it's already December? Because I can't. I feel like this whole year has flown by, and I feel like I say that every year, but this year especially. And I think it's just because we had so much going on with the big move and kind of just starting a new lifestyle. I wouldn't say it's been overwhelming because it really is a dream come true, but it has taken some getting used to for sure. So with it being December now, I am a huge to-do list person. I would say definitely type A. I love to have my goals written out, and that just really hasn't been the case lately. I don't think I've been sticking with that habit, which is so helpful to me, and I'm sure it is to other people as well. So this month, writing out my goals, and I thought in order to hold myself accountable, it would be great to share with you guys. So with being in Michigan and it being winter, one of my main goals is to keep all of the animals healthy and alive. We've got the 21 chickens, and 11 of those chickens are chicks, and so it's gonna get cold. They are in the big coop with all of the chickens now, but it'll definitely be interesting. I do worry about that. Another big one of our goals is to get the cow shelter built. We started that shelter for the cows maybe a week ago, and we've got, luckily, I don't know why I say we, my husband got all of the sides put up, and then we just have to finish the roof, but we've been having a hard time finding metal to put on the top of it, and we have no idea what we're doing. We've never built a shelter. We are just kind of winging it and hoping that it holds up through the winter. I think that as long as the cows have something to block the wind, it doesn't have to be fancy, and we're definitely not fancy people over here, so I'm cool with whatever he throws together. So one of our big goals though is to finish that. It's gonna start snowing here soon. It snowed a couple of weeks ago. We had a really big snowstorm. I think we got 24 inches of snow or something like that. For those of you that don't know me personally, I am a huge reader. I think last year I made it to 100 books for the year, which is a huge thing for me. This year I got 40 something books read. So I'm trying to get back in the habit of doing that now that we're moved and we're here and we're comfortable. So this month I'm going to try to read a book a week. I think that that is a good goal for me. I don't think it's going to be too overwhelming, but it'll also kind of keep me, going and consistent. Speaking of consistency, that is another thing that I really want to work on. Being consistent on YouTube and just making these videos. I know for some people it's really easy, and I love making these videos. I love connecting with you guys and following your guys' journeys and sharing ours. It's a really big passion of mine. But with two young kids, we've got a 6-year-old and a 1.5-year-old, sometimes it's not easy to sit down and film and then also edit. So I'm going to make it a priority to schedule time in my day to film and do all of this stuff, because like I said, it's really important to me to share our journey with you guys, because I want other people to know that they can also do this, and it's not something where you have to be raised into it. We don't know anyone that does this stuff, and yeah, so it's important to me to share. Another goal this month is just to kind of work on my homesteading skills. It's winter here, and I might not be able to go raise meat chickens like I want and do all these fun things that we'll be able to do in the spring. But one thing that I can do to work on my skills or my homemaking skills is bread making. I have made white bread before, but a really sweet friend of mine, actually the previous homeowner here, we developed a friendship, and she gifted us a sourdough starter, I think. It's like this like little packet of things, and you are supposed to make sourdough with it. Clearly, I know nothing about any of that. I don't even know if those are the right terms. But my goal this month is to do it. I've been so like nervous about it. She has a small business creating the, I don't know if starter is the right word, but anyway, I just don't want to ruin her product, you know? She gave it to me to be nice, and I would love to make it and it turn out wonderful, but I also would hate for it to get ruined because I just am clueless, you know? So anyway, that's a goal. I need to do some research before I like make it, but I'm gonna make sourdough bread, and I've heard that it's like fairly easy, but I don't know about all of these terms that come with sourdough. You know, I see it on TikTok a lot, and people make all kinds of fun things with it, and I think like when you make the starter, you can keep reusing it. Like you just have to feed it flour, but I don't know about all that, so that's a goal of mine. Another fun fact about me, if you don't know me personally, is I run quite a bit. I wouldn't say in the last year that I would consider myself like a runner like I was, but I used to run ultra marathons. I did a 50-mile race after I had Layla. I ran all the time. That was like a huge hobby of mine, and kind of my, I wouldn't say my goals, but like life has just shifted, and you know, you go through seasons, and running was like a huge thing for me for a season. I want to get back into that. I know I need to probably lose a little bit of weight to be healthy for my family, but that just hasn't been a top priority, which is fine. I've got a husband who loves me, and I love myself, but it's something that I need to do, and I've just been putting it off because it's not fun, and I don't always have the time to go run like 10, 20 miles, you know? And I think also that used to be like a form of therapy for me. I would go running when I was stressed out, or when I just needed to like calm down, and like just being a mom, I have so many things going on that when I would go running, it would kind of calm down my mind, and I wouldn't really think too much. I don't know, I guess I would just like process my thoughts while I was running. So I think that would be a good form of therapy, and I know that I can do it once I get back into it. So last month, my longest run was like 4 miles, and let me tell you guys, it was slow. It was like, I don't know, people probably average like a 10-minute pace. I'm just a slow runner. Even when I was running 50 miles, I'm just not that fast, and that's okay. But I think I had like a 12:40 pace or something like that, which is totally fine. It's great. I got the miles in. But let me tell you, when I was done, my hips have been sore, my legs are sore. My body knows that like, girlfriend, this is not what we have been doing. So like, you can't just go run 4 miles if you haven't been running. So I need to kind of ease my way back in. So for Christmas, I think I'm going to be asking, I don't know if you would say asking, it's really hard as an adult to buy Christmas presents for yourself or to ask your spouse for Christmas gifts, because I don't know, I feel like I don't really need a lot, and I think when I was younger I used to be more materialistic, but as I get older, I think I mentioned in another video, like I just don't care to get stuff. Like, I don't really need anything. I go to thrift stores for majority of my clothes and home decor, and I get, I don't know, gifted things, and I don't know, I just don't care to spend money on things I don't need. So anyway, I don't think we can afford like a treadmill. I would love to have like a big like commercial treadmill that you see at the gym. I just don't think that's in the cards for us this year. So I think I'm going to ask for like a walking pad I've seen, and okay, you guys will probably make fun of me. I'm sure nobody else does this, but I wear a Garmin like all the time. And I always like, I like to get my steps in. And I swear to you, this is so embarrassing, but I will literally like watch TV in our room, and to get my steps in, I'll just walk in place. And I have looked it up, and it's supposed to be like the same type of benefits, but I always feel like such a freaking nerd in here. Okay, so I think I've seen like on TikTok and on YouTube, like under the desk, like walking pads, and they're like, I don't know, $300 or something like that. So I think I'm gonna ask for that for Christmas. I've been like racking my brain on what I want. So I think I'm gonna ask for that, and then I don't know if we'll get a standing desk or not, because I don't really have a place to put the desk and the walking pad upstairs. Right now we have it in our basement, but it's like under the stairs. So like if I had a tall desk, it wouldn't work. So I don't know. I was thinking that a good idea would be to have the walking pad or whatever, and I can slide it under my bed, and then I could literally watch YouTube videos on the TV. I could watch TV shows, you know, while I'm walking, so I don't feel like I'm wasting time, because I usually don't watch a whole lot of TV because I just feel like I'm wasting time. Like, oh, I could be reading a book, or I could be cleaning, or I could be doing this, or I could be doing that. You know, the constant to-do list that is in all moms' brains. Yeah, so I think it would be like a 2-for-1 deal. I could walk, get my steps in, get a little workout in. I don't think that you can run on them. I don't know about that. Anyway, even if I did, my whole freaking house would be shaken. So anyway, I could get my walk in though while I'm watching TV, and then I wouldn't feel guilty for watching TV. So yeah, I think that that's what I'm gonna ask for. I don't know though, I just go back and forth. So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. That's not a goal. Okay, well, that's another goal though. Hey, there's one. Get ready for Christmas. I know the kids want a million things, and I gotta get shopping for those. So anyway, speaking of Christmas, I feel like that's coming up so quick. What are you guys asking for? Are you like, do you do gifts for your spouse, or do you guys just do gifts for the kids? If you do get gifts from your spouse, do you ask for a specific thing, or do you, you know, set like a budget and just surprise one another? I feel like every time that Justin and I have like surprised each other, we're like, oh, I wish that you wouldn't have spent money on that, or like, oh, that's not what that's not something that I need or want. Also, like, we have totally different styles when it comes to like clothes and shoes and things like that. Like any clothing or shoes that I pick out for him, he's always like, could we take this back? And I mean, we've been together for like almost 10 years now. That's kind of crazy. So it doesn't hurt my feelings, but now we're just kind of like, we mutually know like, okay, whatever you get me, I'm not gonna like, I don't know, we obviously like all of our finances are together. I mean, I make $0, so I don't really contribute there, but even when I did, it was all like shared. So I feel like when we like need something or like really want something, we just get it, I guess. So I don't know, we're just, for Christmas, I feel like we always pick out our own gifts, or I'll say like, hey, I want running shoes, and he'll pick out which running shoes, but I always give him a very specific list, and same with me. So anyway, like, what do you guys do? I guess maybe that's weird that we do that. I feel like maybe other people just surprise their spouse. I don't know, but we don't do that. We're kind of weird though. Another goal of mine is to be more consistent with going to church. Since we've moved, our church is about 30 minutes away, I think. And that's a bit of a drive, especially I always like to go to the 9 o'clock service just because, like, I don't know, that's just the service that we always go to. So waking up at like 7:30 with 2 kids, and I think I've said this in another video, but my husband is not Christian. I wouldn't say he's atheist. I think he just like doesn't really care, which is sad, but I think he'll get there one day. Anyway, I have to take the kids by myself to church. So it's kind of like a really long morning. And so since we've moved, I think I've been to church like the last 2 months, probably 4 or 5 times. And then the other times that we didn't actually like go in person, we've watched on the TV. But it's just like, it's not the same. Like, worship is not the same. Service is not the same. I also have like the kids like constantly like bickering in front of me, and like I feel like I can't pay attention to the message that Pastor Lee is trying to talk about. So it's really helpful to be in person, I guess. So my goal is to go every week, every Sunday this month. And also, like, outside of church, I think as a believer, it's really important to be like staying in the Word, learning about, I guess, just like about Christianity. I don't know about you guys, but like this is another area in life that I'm definitely not an expert in. I'm definitely not a new believer. I've believed in God my whole life, but like when it comes to, I guess, reading and understanding like what the Bible says is really like complex to me. And I've been like the last couple of years really getting into theology and kind of like listening to some podcasts and like really like taking apart like the word and what it says in Hebrew and all of these different translations. Like some things get translated out, and so it's been really fun for me to like kind of learn about, I don't know, I guess history and Christianity in that way, and it's really like developed my relationship with God, but it's also made me feel like, whoa, you really don't know anything. Like when I like listen to these other people talking, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that story. Oh yeah, I know what that's about. Like, and then I listen to these other people talk about it and they're like, oh, this is the context of it, or this is what I got out of it. I'm like, whoa, like that is way deeper than what I was getting out of it, you know? So anyway, I'm trying to be more consistent. I'm trying to read my Bible, you know. I think last month I've been getting in the Word like almost every day. My old neighbor Jean, she is literally the sweetest, like so sweet and down to earth. She gave me all of these like little booklets, and at first I was like, oh, like thanks Jean, but like I don't know if I would be interested in this, you know. And so I gave one a try because I was like, I can't go back to her house and have nothing to talk to her about. I have to read one, you know, so she doesn't think like I'm just brushing it off. And I read it and it was so good. It was so good. So I've been reading those, and it's been helping me like break up the Hebrew translation. Okay, I'm telling you, these people are way smarter than me. So I've been getting into the Word every day, basically, I think. Okay, let's just say 5 days out of 7. I don't want to be lying about that. So anyway, and then I've also been reading this book by, gosh, who is it by? I don't remember who it's by, but it's called Killing Jesus. Man, I read this book a few years ago, and it was like so good. I'm telling you, it just brought in like a whole new perspective of who Jesus was as a person. And I was like, wow, like I guess I didn't know history. Like, I don't know, when I think about Jesus and I think about like the days that he lived in, I was just not connecting the two. So anyway, this book is like super interesting, and it is like a historical take on who Jesus was and like everything that was happening in the world, and you know who was and like what was going on like politically. It's super interesting, and if you haven't read it, you really should. So I read it a few years ago, and I found it in a thrift store. I loaned out my copy, and I didn't get it back, no big deal. But I loaned out my copy, and I saw it in a thrift store for like $1. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this book again. And then I was like, you know, this was like so good when I read it. Like, I don't know, I just felt like, man, I actually feel like I am understanding things more. So I am rereading it, and I think I'm only like, I don't know, like a chapter or something in, but I'm gonna try to finish it this month. And yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think of it. And if you have read it, let me know what you thought of it, because I read the reviews and some people were like all for it and some people were like no. But I think that the people that were saying no, it wasn't good, I think they were like not Christians or not believers in Jesus. So I don't know. But anyway, I personally thought it was really good, and I know I'm only like a chapter in, but it's been really good so far. And I've been like diving deeper into the Bible because it gives you like passages of like where it's getting all of this information from. And I want to say that the author that wrote it is like pretty popular. He wrote like a few other like historical books. I wish I could remember who it is. It is Bill O'Reilly, and he wrote like Killing Abraham Lincoln, or that's probably not it. Killing somebody else. John F. Kennedy? I don't know. Killing somebody else. He has like, this is part of like a series. Man, it's so good. Like, it gives you like pictures. I've been like underlining stuff. I never do that. But I'm like, I'm gonna keep this book and I can like loan it to people. Maybe they can write some notes in there. I don't know. Yeah, see like under here, it gives you like, I don't know, more information. Man, I'm telling you though, this book is good. So I'm gonna try to finish that this month. And yeah, so anyway, another goal. I've got a lot. I probably have too many goals, honestly. Another goal though is I plan on using this month to plan things like on homestead life, okay, farm life. Winter is a weird month, especially in Michigan. Like, you can't do all these fun projects that you want because it's cold outside. You can't do anything. So I plan on using this month to plan 2023, because then come January, I'm ready to go, baby. I know everything I want to do. So I've got like, I don't know, like 100 things I want to do over here. You know, I've been dreaming about having this farm for years, okay? And now that we're here, I'm like, let's go. I have all of these things that I want to do and get done. And we moved here in September, so it's been we got chicks like I wanted, but I just want to like get all of our goals down. And another thing that we really need to do is plan out our land. I was telling my husband, it's going to be so important and useful for us to plan out what we're going to use this land for, because say that we just start like building things wherever it looks great. What if next year we're like, oh, we could have used that space for this, or oh, we need that space for this now and we can't use it. So I want to plan out and map out our land. We have 10 acres and I want to make the most use out of that land. I don't want like there to be spots where we're just like leaving. I want to like make the most use out of every piece that we have, because you know, we can provide food for people, we can sustain ourselves, we can have the animals out here, which is another source of food for us. I plan on being as like self-sufficient as we can. I'm so tired of relying on the dumb government, you know, for anything. So I would like to do it ourselves, and it's gonna take many steps and trial and errors, and that's okay because I'm ready for that. I am, you know, here for the journey, and we'll get there eventually. We plan on staying here for the rest of our lives, so I want to make, you know, our dreams come true here. And we might not know everything, but we are willing to learn and figure it out. And that is, you know, the point of this channel is like, I want to learn with you guys and, you know, any knowledge that I gain, I plan on sharing. I know that like it's kind of scary to try to start a farm with no experience. Like we have nobody that does this. We don't know anyone. There are like a few people that I know that I could go to for advice, but we don't have friends or family that are like out here living this life. So I just plan on like using this channel to share all of our knowledge with you guys that we gain, because we don't even have it yet, but like let you guys learn from our mistakes, because I'm sure we will make so many, and we have already made multiple mistakes, and I'm not scared to like own up to it. And I know that I don't know everything, but I'm trying my best. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching, and I plan on being as open and honest with you guys as I can. And I hope that you want to follow our journey. I feel like it will be really fun. You know, I'm having fun. So anyway, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to be consistent with us, and it would be great to know that I have people that actually are watching and care about what I'm talking about. And if not, that's okay, because I care. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.